Yes, I'll record this. So, like I was saying, I don't know everybody yet, but this thing rolling regardless. I want to make sure that I cover the cipher pattern today. I don't know how much people in the group even know the cipher pattern, but it's one I use a lot, and people seem to want to know the parameters on that one too. So I'm gonna make it happen. So let me find one real quick, or find a potential one. I actually drew this pattern right here on Sunday, and it took forever to hit, but when it hit, it definitely dropped for, let me see, little hot low, 60 pips, 0 drawdown on it. Played around for a little while, but you know, it hit how it's supposed to do what it's supposed to do. I'm trying to find a good cipher pattern real quick though. I'm going right there. I don't think so though. Let me see. It's close. Nope, didn't hit. Hold up, let me keep on looking. This chart right here playing around. Oh man, it's playing around. I already hit take profit 1 already, but still just dancing around. There seems to be a pattern setting up on this too. Let me flip this real quick. Bat pattern, yep. Perfect bat actually, right at entry. Once I posted this one earlier in the chat. That's a little bat pattern right there. One right here too. Look like a bat pattern. Let me flip it real quick. Yep, like a bat pattern. I'll come back to this one right at 786. Heading to 886. Now, what I'm gonna start doing with you guys in the chat is I'm going to do some swing trades with harmonics. That's one thing I definitely feel like I got away from. But those harmonic swing trades, they're gonna take it where you need to go at. For sure, take it where you need to go at. But today, I am for sure gonna cover a cipher pattern. This might be one setting up right here, or it might not be. But I'll go over it in a second. This is NGD Chef. I'm write it down, so I'll come back to it. Give me a second. NGD CHF. I'll come back to that one for a cipher. This one invalidated. This pattern right here was a cipher pattern, and this one right here, this blue pattern was also a cipher pattern, and you see it was valid, even though price did not hit at entry. It hit in the general area like it's supposed to do. So it took some time to get down there, but when it did, it popped up for 25 pips on the small pattern, so that's not too bad. And I'll show you guys why I have the red box there too, that you see on top of this blue cipher pattern. So give me a second. Let me just go through the charts real quick and see what I see. EA, another potential cipher. I'll write this one down too. The reason why I'm doing this and writing it down and coming back to it so you guys can see how to even find one to make your own life easy. Now, I want to say on GA, which I am in this cell right now, I got in this cell 2 times, right here and up here, this trend line. So we're a little bit negative, but we'll be good. Let me see what this is right here. Let me see what I got here. This one is not going to be valid unless, let me see. I'll come back to this one too. This one might have a massive one on GA. If it's massive, that means this price is going to dip, baby dip. So let me keep on looking. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. Look how close that came to entry. Now, I dropped this in the group earlier. I said this was a bat pattern. All I did was draw the fib on it. I actually didn't draw the pattern, but you guys can see the W formation on there. Now, if you guys, remember on Sunday I went over this too. If you guys missed the movement, like of the pattern, let's say you want to get in the buy on this pattern down here, but you missed it. Remember, a double bottom can also be valid too. So as a double bottom, this would have still, you would have even entering this trade right here at the neckline. Now, if you guys was not on my class on Sunday, you probably missed the neckline, talking all that stuff like that. But basically, the neckline is this piece right here. This is the neck of your trade, of your W, this middle piece. So when price gets above this, this is when you get in this trade for a buy. So you had an opportunity to get a hot little, let me see, little 40-something pips off this, riding up the entry. But you see, this missed entry by a couple pips. So this is why, I know sometimes you guys see Steph post that she a front runner trade. This one he missed by 3 pips. You see her say she'll front run the trade before you get in. What that means is she'll put her entry a little bit in front of the actual entry. Now on the back pattern, I used to actually hop in the 786 zone from 786 to 1. So if price touched 786, I was getting this trade no matter what. But what I was finding was that sometimes price would push all the way to 1. I'm in this trade negative the whole time. So on this trade, that ain't too much. That only been 25 pips negative. But imagine you have a big pattern on here. You'd have been negative for a long time, and you don't want that kind of drawdown. But on this, I mean, let's say you would have gotten this at 786, you'd have been up a little 30 pips. You're not wrong with 30 pips. Also, for the two that is on here, I don't know everybody else is doing tonight. Don't matter. Matters not. We're gonna move on regardless if you record it, and they'll see it. But make sure that when you come into the market, you come in here with a plan. You're not just coming in here being like, I want some pips, because I mean everybody wants pips, but if you're not coming here with a trading plan or a goal in your mind, what end up happening is you'll get greedy and end up spoiling your winnings. That was in a trade there, but it missed. Let me the head and shoulders I showed you guys on Sunday. It's doing this job, doing pretty well. Let me see what else I got. And that is the end of that. So I'll go back to the other patterns I saw, which was NGD Chef. Ooh, it looks funky right there. That looks real crazy. Oh yeah, this was a well, it's already dead already. I can actually erase these lines. I don't need them. Don't need it. Let me go back to NZD Chef real quick. Where's it at? Right here. Now it actually opens up on a different one, just so I don't draw all of my main charts. I'll go to this one. Don't mind if this chart is messy. These charts haven't drawn in a long time. Now, if you guys look real quick, this is gold. This is my old gold. Now, you guys know I used to go crazy on gold. Look how many trend lines are on here. Oh, boy, that's ridiculous. But, those trend lines are getting the job done. Look at this Cypher pattern on here. My bad. See this blue pattern right here? This is a Cypher pattern. And again, price danced around for a long time. But when it hit that entry, right? My arrow tool at right here. When it hit. That thing hit hard. There's a Mike Tyson hit right there. 240 pips in one move. But it took a long time to get there. And all in between this, there was more patterns forming. So this whole time, while we're waiting on a big pattern to complete, all these small patterns were doing their thing. So even right here, on this big Gartley pattern, price shot up to take profit 1 and then went back down. Did it go to 113? The charts are freaking mess. I'm gonna erase all this. It went past 113. Matters not. It still had take profit 1 and then danced around and then made this big push up. So, but again, I will come back to this joint in a second. Let me go to NGD CHF. Because that was the point in all this. So now that we're in NGD CHF, now what I used to do, I want to say this is I dropped it in the chat the other day where it was showing that I missed out on that really big trade that I was in. Now, how I missed out on that was I drew that pattern on the daily, and just like you see this big pattern right here goes out just on the daily. I have too many trend lines on these things. This big daily pattern right here though, where's my settings at? I make this basic Cypher, basically bang. See that big old pattern right there? This pattern is huge. A pattern like this, I like to swing trade from C to D. So I was taking price from here all the way down to here. That's 482 pips just from going from C to D. So I mean, there's plenty of opportunity to get in this trade also. There's breaks and retests happening. There's price going past support, going past resistance, all kind of stuff going on in the middle of that. So all in the middle of that move, there's chances for you to re-enter this trade over and over and over. I want to say there was also a pattern on this. Let me see. There was nope, not a pattern. Matters not. We're looking for the Cypher pattern anyway. So one of the telltale giveaways of a Cypher pattern is a Cypher pattern. Instead of it being like, I'm going to go to some free space over here real quick. You find some naked spots on here. Bam, that works. I get rid of this buy. I get rid of that buy. I get rid of this 1 hour line or make it thin enough to where it's not standing out real quick. Bam, it's thin. So we're looking for a normal pattern. This is what you're looking for. Like let's say normal as in a bat or a Gartley. A bat and a Gartley, they have essentially the same formations on them. But a Cypher, this is the giveaway for a Cypher. It's just a little bit different. Now, a shark pattern also moves like this, and so does a butterfly. But I don't trade those two patterns. I'm probably going to incorporate one of those two patterns this year But as of now, I don't trade them. I don't kind of don't need them, but it might help if I knew them too. But a Gartley will be like, I'm just gonna draw one real fast. It'd be something like this. And then it's probably be a little bit higher, and it's probably a little bit lower. That's basically your Gartley. So let me flip this out and see if I drew this right by just guessing this now. So yep, you see that? Your B point is right at 618. Your let me see something. Yep, look at that. That was just me. I do these so much. I know how they're supposed to look. See that 1272? Now you can't see because it's covered up. Let me drag this bad boy out right there. See that 1272? See that 886 right there? This is your money zone on a Gartley. Bam. Like I said, I do this so much just by me drawing another formation on it. So let me erase that and let me go back to see if my C is valid, which I'm pretty sure it is. It is between 618 and 786. Close enough. So that's how your Gartley is going to be, essentially. Your bat pattern, almost the same exact way. Your bat pattern is going to be more of a, grab this. Your bat pattern to be here, down here somewhere, down yonder, about right here. And then this can be anywhere in this general area. And then back up here in this 886 zone somewhere. So this will be your bat pattern. I'm changing the color of this so you guys know I color code everything. That is a bat pattern. Let me flip this out, make sure I did it right. Yep, there you go. So you guys see, looks almost the same, except your B point is not at 618. It's past 0.5, but not at 618. Your C point, your D point is still at 886. Your C point is in between 0.5 and 1. So that is a legit bat right there. Now, like I said, the telltale giveaways of those is the W or M formation. When you're looking for a cipher, it's a little bit different. So ciphers are, that's how you're going to look. Let me go to basic cipher. We're going to go here, and I'm going to be guessing, just drawing this, something like this. I drew that way too small. Something like that. I might jack it up a little bit. But we're about to see.
Hey, E.
Yeah.
Hey, with your coordinates for the pattern. Is it the same as the one that's in the academy?
Yeah, it should be the same. But the ones in the academy, I don't know if you have like master monitor in the academy.
Hey, you echoing.
Hold on. 1 and 2. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
I don't know why it does that for. If I leave the microphone in, it echoes. If I unplug it and plug it back in, it works fine. So in the academy, they might show you a little bit different. I can't remember because I haven't done a harmonic section in forever. But I want to say one of the only master harmonic traders in the company is Ray, who draws all the patterns out. Most other people in the harmonic section, they go by the harmonic scanner. Now I haven't used the scanner in months because I didn't want to become dependent on it. So what I did was, learn my couple patterns. I actually learned the Gartley and then the bat, and then I incorporated the cipher when I started hanging with Ray and Justin. That's all they used to trade all the time. At one point, Ray was 100% cipher only. That's all he was doing was cipher. And the dude Justin, you guys haven't met him, but he was the head of the other group we were in, Dynamic Investing Global. He was the head of that group. And Justin still trades, but all he does is swing trade now. He only swing trades ciphers. So that's why back in the day, I would do swing trades on my patterns from C to D, and then I would go from D to take profits on them. But they'd be like daily patterns, which there's nothing wrong with that. It just takes so long to complete.
Okay.
Let me draw this real quick. Now this is definitely wrong how I drew this. I can tell it's wrong already. But this is essentially how your cipher is going to look. Let me pull this up a little bit. A little something like that. See how your C is lower than your A? That's the sign that you're messing with a cipher, not a bat or a Gartley. Now, I'm not going to flip the whole thing out yet, so I'm going to show you one on here and see if this one right here is one. Let me actually go and erase all this stuff I just drew over here because it looks like crap. Get away. Something up on there? Okay, we're good. So what you do is the same rules apply. You look for your impulse leg, which is going to be from the top of this to the bottom of this. Now, as far as my B point goes, you're looking for a zone that is 382 to 618. I want to say pricing like wick past 618, but cannot close past 618. I'm not 100% exact on that, but I know if price is like past 618, I don't trade it that way. I won't hop in that trade. So I make this one blue. This is the valid entry zone I use for my for my cipher. So this would be at the top. This would be caps lock. This would be X at the top. This would be A. Now, we're watching this together because I don't know if this is actually a cipher or not. We're going to see after I do this next fib. So you got XA and your B. Your B is still your retracement point. So you have impulse leg. This is right in the way. You have impulse leg down. You have your retracement, which is A to B. So your C on Cypher needs to fall between 1272 and 1414. You see my fib over here? That's why my 1272 is blue and my 1414 is red. That's my ideal zone for my C. Now, price can wick outside of that, but it cannot close outside of that. So how I find that is I'm going to fib from A, from the tip of A down here, back to X. From A to X. You see, this is barely in that zone. So you guys saw when I had that red box on my cipher patterns, I always do that because this just let me know, I can't say that word. This just lets me know that if price hit this zone, if it's in this red box, it's good to go. Now, as long as price does not close beyond that, I'm good. So now I have that, I can erase all these fibs. I can erase this fib, which is, this is my 1272 to 1414, and this is my 382 to 618, which is my B point. So my C down here. So now that I know this is legit, I can now draw my whole pattern. This is one of the biggest benefits of trading a cipher pattern, is because now that I have this information, I can now get into buy all the way to D. So I take my fib now from X down to C. This one has a little extra fib action in it. X down to C, and your entry is 786. So I'm gonna say 786 to 86. But your ideal entry is 786. So I'll make this box a money zone green. Where's it at? Money zone. Bam. So what you're going to do is, this is your cipher pattern. You go X to A to B, B to C, C to D. Now, what I like about this cipher right here is, look where this D point is at for this cell. It is right on top of a 4-hour trend line. See that 4-hour line right there? That gold line, that's a 4-hour trend line, which means that is probably going to be a strong area of resistance. Now, realize too, in the midst of all of this, there is this daily line that price has to go through. Now, the reason why I like to trade a cipher C to D is because sometimes price gets to D and does what it want to do. And I don't want to be stuck in the middle of price doing what it want to do on a cipher. So the most guaranteed move to me on a cipher is C to D. Now, my not objectification, what word I'm looking for? My alternative to me getting in at the D point on the cipher is on gold. I find that on gold, if there's a cipher pattern, when price hits D, that joint is going to do what it's supposed to do. And why is that on gold? I don't know. Gold follows the rules pretty well, and I like it. That's why I rocks with gold like that. So what happened on this is, price can push up here, it might tap this daily line, do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight, then go back up here, find support, go back up here, same thing. At this point, you'd be selling this. Now, since I know I like to trade C to D on this, what I would do on this is, when price, gets up here and taps this line, I'll be doing a buy somewhere in this general area. Now, the only reason why I'm doing it like that is because if I go in any closer, you guys will see that what's going on here is price is actually tapping this 1-hour line right now. It hit it, it rejected. My main issue with getting in right now is that since price needs to break through this 1-hour level, I want to be in as little drawdown as possible. Now, remember, this pink box, this pinkish reddish box, whatever it is, this is my validation box, that if price closes in this zone or wicks in this zone, this cipher is legit. But price could tap this 1-hour line and just fall straight down and say, F the pattern you got there, this pattern don't matter. We don't want to see that happen. So since we don't want to see that happen, I won't get into this trade until after price gets above that line, like closes above that line. You see, I went to 1 hour just now and price is just wicking that line. Price does not really want to be there. So we do not want this to happen and we're stuck into this trade. So one of your caveats you can do with this too, let's say you want to be aggressive and risky with these trades. What you can do is enter in this 1272, 1414 box and just have your stop loss right under the box. Now, the problem with that is your price is allowed to wick out that box and it's still valid. But if it closes outside that box, that cipher pattern is dead. Now, let's say news happen and price spikes down outside the box and then shoots right back up. You now have a long wick that's in this box. So technically your pattern is still valid, but you're out the trade for no reason. So that's why I said that's the caveat of that. So on this one, I would wait until price gets up here, like above this line, before I hop in this joint in for a buy. So actually, let me erase all these arrows because there's too many on there. Bam. Let me erase these two. No point in double letters. No point. No point. Get out of here. And I also find that ciphers work really well on big patterns. Why? I don't know, but they work really, really well on big patterns. So that's your X, A, B, C, D. And that actually a pretty legit, kind of sexy pattern right there because it's right at a 4 hour trend line. Let me take the screenshot and let me drop it in the chat. Y'all might can use that. Y'all might can use this. So for future reference, this was NGD CHF. Let's go to EA and see if EA has one too. I'm gonna do a few ciphers just so you guys can, you know, I want to say I drew this on here earlier. I did draw this one earlier. So I know already that this is a legit cipher pattern. But how I'm gonna show you guys is same thing. I know you guys probably see it. There's that stair-step movement. You have your, let's say that weird now. You have your, there you go, not your. You have your X right here, or hypothetical X, because you don't know what it's going to be until you draw this bad boy out with a fib. You have your X, then you have your A, you have your hypothetical B, and you have at the top your hypothetical C, and you find D based on if the rest of the stuff is legit or not. That's your C. So remember, first fib, just the same as every other pattern. You got an impulse leg. This is your impulse leg right here. That's that impulse. You see prices hit the brakes and turn around. A little stop and go action like it's running the route. You going X to A. And you see prices in that zone of 382 to 618, right in the middle of that. So now that I have that, what we can do is see that because my XAB is legit, let me see if C is legit. So you're going to fib from A back down to X. Is price in this zone? It is. Now, price did wick outside that zone, but remember, you can wick outside the zone. You just cannot close outside the zone because there ain't no sleeping in the zone. So let me take this. Bam. I make these red again because I know if price closes outside of this, hi, hello. You gonna raise your hand? You got a question? Is the chat open? Oh, my chat open. Ain't no chat. I thought you had a question. Or you just saying hi? I don't know what you're doing over there. I don't know what you're doing. But I hope you're recovering from that wreck well. Hope you're over here looking at this with a neck brace on right now. But you see that price it wicked outside of this on the 1 hour. You see that? A little bit of wick action, not wrong, a little bit of wick. But same thing here. I'm not getting in this trade until after it clears this trend line right here. It's like it's a 1 hour trend line. It's also a 4 hour level of resistance right here. So I'll be more confident getting into this. This is what pattern are we learning? We are learning the cipher pattern. And I'm showing you guys the cipher pattern because I show you guys the Gartley and Bat so much. So when I drop that blue and purple pattern in the group, you guys know exactly what it is. And you guys also know how to find it. So this might be like, this is the second probably 3 patterns I'm going to draw for y'all today, which is all going to be the cipher pattern. So matter of fact, I'll start this over because I know Dro just hopped on here too. I'm going to start this over real quick. Let me start this one pattern over real quick. No child left behind. Well, no grown man left behind either, or grown women. So cipher pattern, same thing. You got impulse leg right here. You gotta see it. You gotta see the impulse right there. Just like any other pattern, your impulse is X to A. Where is mine? There it is. Just a bar. We're going X up to A. Make this line nice and thick so y'all can see it with no problem. X to A right there. Your retracement is A to B, just like every other pattern too. Now, what I was telling you guys, that's your impulse leg. When you fib this, you're fibbing from X to A, and this is how you find if your B is legit. I look for B to fall between 382 and 618. Now, if it wicks in between 618 and 786, it is fine, but as long as it doesn't close. Now, when I fib this out for the whole thing, you guys are going to see why I say that, why you don't really want price up there close to 786. Because when I fib this whole thing, you'll see that if your B point is so close to 786 that it's like way past 618, close to 786, when you go to draw your 786 entry, it's going to make that pattern look real wonky. You don't want no wonky patterns out here looking crazy. So your next fib, so first fib, X to A, B is between 382, 618. Next fib is going A back down to X. And oops, that's a little bit off because I can't see where the wick is at. Oh, let me move this black one out of the way. Get out of here. Out the way. It don't matter, it's close enough. You bump this red box up a little bit. A little bit of bump in the box. Bam, there you go. So now, same thing. After you fib from A to X, your C point on a cipher pattern for it to be legit has to fall between 1272 and 1414. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. If it's close to 1272 but didn't touch, it ain't a cipher. That ain't where it's at, Chief. But if it wicks past 1414, that is fine as long as price does not close there. And on this, you guys see we have a little bit of wick poking out, just a little TT poking out. So now that we have that, I can erase these first two fibs. Can erase that one, can erase this one. Your final fib is going X all the way to C. X to C. Now, look where this 786 is at on this one too. Look at that. Look how that lines up. It's almost right at a daily level. This right here is a daily level right here. Which, you know, that's just a little bit more confirmation that when this bad boy drop, it's going to drop. And when it drops, there's a good chance it will reject off that daily level. That's just a little bit confirmation for you. So go X to A to B, B to C. And when you draw your C, make sure you draw your C like at the end of where the wick goes at. Don't put your fib from the 1272. Put it where this wick actually goes at. So if this wick wicks a little bit past it, put it there. If it wicks a little bit in between that 1272 and 1414, put it there. But do not just drop it where you think it's supposed to go at. Drop it where it's actually at. On this one, we're more inclined to trade C to D because for me, that's a longer move. It's a pretty long move. But like I said, except on gold, if I have a cipher pattern on gold, I'm taking that joint from C to D and from D to take profit. But some pairs, price will ride from C to D, and then you get trapped in a little bit of negative because price likes to push to 886, and then push to 886, and then you be stuck holding the gun in case price decides it wants to dump and keep on going. That does happen too. But that C to D move to me is more guaranteed. So I'm not gonna erase this whole fib. Oops, I didn't do that. Erase that whole fib for no reason. But you see 786 is the entry, and that entry happens to be right at a daily level, which is right here. See that going across the middle? Yeah, look at that level right there. That's a nice level. It's a pretty nice level. So now back down to this 1 hour chart real quick. Now this is why I say, remember this box right here is your 382 to 618. Now let me go back to my second fib, no, my first fib, my X to A. I don't want to confuse you, but see where entry is at for 786 right here. All right, this is my full one. Yeah, bam. So if I had my B point, if I allow my B point to go all the way down here to 786, look how messed up that pattern is. That's not even a pattern. I don't know what this is. This is some craziness going on right here, but it ain't what we're looking for. So if price is, as long as I try to make my rule of thumb, as long as your B is in a zone above that 786, so even if it's right here at 618 of X to A, you're good. But if you have it like close down here to 786, that ain't where it's at. Because now your pattern is just all jacked up. Now, again, like I said on Sunday, the patterns don't have to be the sexiest patterns, but make it make sense. Because to me right here, this right here, with this being at 786, it don't even look right. It ain't sitting well with me. It don't look right. So we can go without good old, right past 382 to 618. Because either of these would be legit. But that all the way down there, that ain't it, Chief. So we've done NGD Chef, we've done EA. Now let's see if GA's cipher pattern is legit. And again, the reason why I do these red boxes is because I know that if news was to hit and price was to fly up here and close up here somewhere, I know that this pattern is now dead. Now price might still drop. This is in a strong zone, but as far as the cipher pattern, it ain't it. It's dead. So let me erase this. Let me erase that box. Let me erase. What am I doing this way for? I'm tripping. Hold up. Let me do this. Look how easy that is. So now I'll drop this in the chat. Let me put buy on this. Where is this I'm looking for? Buy. Bam. Oh, you can't see that, can you? Let me go to setting and put this on top. Bam. Buy. You guys should be getting these in real time. I don't know how much of a delay Zoom has, but same difference. So now GA, let's see if the one on GA is legit. On the one on NGD Chef, I didn't put the thing, did I? I did not. So what I'll do with this is I will drop the sell thing just so people know that this is the sell. Let me go, what am I doing? Sell. Bam. And I'll take this and actually put it right there. Now the reason why this has a green box is because Like I said, sometimes price likes to push to 886. And since this entry is right in the strong zone, meaning that this zone, you see all this movement right here, all this choppiness right here, there's a chance that price can push up here to the top of this zone and then drop back down. So remember, even just because you see a pattern don't mean you can enter on that pattern off the rip like, oh, it's going to turn around at this point no matter what. That ain't how none of this works. That ain't how any of this works. Look at what you have in the past so what you're going to get in the future. Now, another tip. Remember I told you guys on Sunday too that these gaps get filled. This gap right here has not been touched yet. Now, all this drop then happened. So for this gap to get filled, price might be like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to push it all the way up here and fill this gap, and then we're going to turn around. Or it might say we're going to fill this gap and keep on riding. If it decides to fill that gap and keep on riding, if you buy when price is on top of this 1 hour line right here, you're good to go. So you're not worrying about the sell on this, worrying about just the straight buy from C to D on this for you guys who missed it. But let me redrop this in the chat. Remember, all these will be pending orders. Pending orders. Unless you're let me erase this real quick. Oh, all my stuff's in the way. Unless you're in the pink zone right here, that sounds very weird. Unless you're in the pink zone, down here though, it'd be market execution. But in this case, I would wait until price gets above this 1 hour line to get in. But if you want to get in the sell, that will be a pending order sell limit. So now, I said GA also. I be talking too much over here. I know it's my job to talk on here, but I be talking a lot on here because for sure, we almost at an hour already. We're at 38 minutes. Talking for 30 minutes straight. Let me see what I see on here. And this one has too much stuff on it, so let me go to this one and see what I got. Let me go to this. Hopefully on here is naked. Did I draw some both of these really? Is this the same thing? This ain't the same thing. But it's the same thing. But it's not the same thing. Now I know what's funny about this pattern right here. I drew this pattern on Sunday session also, and you see that price kind of blew past the 886, and you see my line's a little bit different. It's because when you come on here, this is why I like having multiple charts too. When you come on here, might be one day when you see something, next day you don't see that same thing. And depending on which day you're looking at, these lines will be a little bit different. You see my lines are a little bit different on here? It's still all going the same direction, but then a little bit different places. Because on this one, I didn't draw as many lines as I did on this one. But it's all the same concept. Remember, on a bat pattern, technically on a bat pattern, which this is, your entry is 786 to 1. That's your whole entry zone right there, which is pretty big on this pattern. That's probably like 100 and something pips. That is 170 pip zone. That is huge. That's why the Gartley B is my favorite. But this is still at entry, and this is also at it's at 1, and it's also at a trend line, a daily trend line right there. Remember, these black lines are daily trend lines. So, it's a lot. Hold up, let me make this look clear. Let me make this look pretty. So you guys see daily trend line coming up here. Look at that. Look at that respect on that back here in the past. Look at that. Bam. Right there. Bam. Right there. Bam. Look at them wicks. Look at that. Wick action all through there. So this is a pretty legit trend line right here. Right there too. Bam. Look at that trend line. Look at that trend line respect. So all the respect on the trend line right here. And price is right at it right now. So what is the likely chance of what's going to happen right here? Even if I go down to the 4 hour and look at this, same trend line, little break and retest, little rejection, little break and retest right there, little rejection, little rejections in the middle, little rejection right there. There's a lot of respect on this trend line. Like, there's so much on there, I can't even draw it all. A lot of respect on this trend line. So now that price is in this box for this daily diagonal trend line, look at that. Look what price is doing. It is slowing down on it. Now, I'm not saying that price is going to drop off of it, but price slows down at these trend lines regardless. Even right here, when price hit this trend line right here, it rejected off of it, went to another trend line, and then pushed up. So what they do on your bottom side is a good old break and a retest and a rejection. Now, what we're looking for in this is just the time for a little dump off. So in the morning, I'll be seeing what this is doing because I'm not stressing tonight. Being negative a little bit ain't going to kill nobody. Now, this is one thing I tell you guys too, even though I'm speed talking tonight, I'm trying to get through all these ciphers. What you don't want to do is scare yourself out of money. And that is like a rule of thumb that actually gets broken a lot because people will see a trade go negative and freak themselves out. Like, oh my God, this thing is negative. What do I do? What you do is trust your analysis, let that thing ride. That's what you do. Because if not, you're going to end up scaring yourself out of money by seeing a little bit of red. So let's go back to, we're on GA. I'm going to do all these patterns right now, trying to find one that's clear. I have to erase them. So let's go to GA. What's on here? Yo, we was going crazy on these ciphers on GA. Look at all these bat patterns on here. This is before I started using my color codes now, but there was a giant trend line on the bottom of this. This is from like last summer. It was from last January, and then February, and still February, wasn't complete. But all these patterns back to back to back, it was going crazy. Trend lines looking ugly as I don't know what, but they was on it all. They was there. Then this cipher pattern dropped for 500 pips. Well, it dropped for more than 500 pips, but take off was 500 pips on this. And look what it did at the D point. This is why I say I don't like trading the D point on cipher patterns. Look at this D point on here. It just went straight past that joint and went to the trend line, tested it, and then dropped. Now, if you did not know that trend line was right there, you're probably gonna lose your lunch and your draws to be nice about it. Look at that spike up there. The thing jumped up there. Literally, it skipped. Jumped up 150 pips and then proceeded to drop down 1,000+ pips. I didn't measure all of it, but it's 1,000+ pips on there. Let's just see for measurement's sake what it actually did. Wrong thing to grab. Let's try this one more time. Bam. So look at that, 1,100 pips down after shooting up 150 pips. So a person who went stupid on this trade like I did and saw this, I was like, I know price is gonna touch this trend line, so I'll get in when after price decided what it wants to do right here. So price tapped that, got in for a little sell, a little hot little sell. I only got 200 pips out of this, not the whole 1,000, but 200 pips is still 200 pips. Now, for you guys who were not on here earlier, I told everybody, make sure when you come to these charts, come with the plan. Don't just come here saying, I want to win a trade. Everybody wants to win a trade. No one's coming here intentionally trying to lose. But come with the plan. If your plan is 20 pips a day, I know everyone wants to get rich overnight, but if your plan is 20 pips a day, get your little 20 pips or big 20 pips, depending on how big your lot size is, and let that be it. Don't come here and be like, I got 20, but what if I can get 40? Let me go back in. Or don't come here and win a trade for 100 pips and then be like, you know what? I can get some more in here. No, don't count the dollars, count the pips. Because you can consistently win 50 to 100 pips in a day, you will be set because as soon as that lot size goes up, so does your account. So don't come here chasing money you don't have to chase. Don't get greedy. Don't psych yourself up and think you're a master trader in one day and get greedy and lose your money. You don't want that here. That ain't what we're here for. So let me see. I was told earlier, this is that pattern I just showed you guys, that big, you guys see the big W formation right there, which is right there. Big old W formation, aka bat pattern. Yeah, still doing this thing. But I was told there's a cipher pattern on here. So there's a cipher pattern there. Oh, I think I see it. Let me go to the daily real quick. Oh, there's too much crap on here. So I'm gonna erase all of this. Bye-bye. Make my life a little bit easier. And you guys see on this too, if you look closely, there was almost a head and shoulders here, but it got completely disrespected by this upward movement. Let me draw it real quick. Where my tools at? Oh, head and shoulders, that was right here. Well, almost right here. But then it got complete disrespected right there. It just went like complete disrespect because it was right there and it was like, nope, turn around. But that was your almost head and shoulders right there. You see it, how price just smacked it in the mouth. But you guys should be in this sell already on this. Let me just see, just off the strength of me looking at this, what do I see? I see a lot of things on here. Let me look real quick. Let me see. This wants to be a little, might be a little abstract. So let's see what we got. I use this as my X, and this is my A. Didn't touch. So let's go back to this again, because someone said there was a massive cipher on here. Even though I have a big old bat, I don't see the cipher on here. I don't know what they're talking about. They're talking crazy. Oh, I think I might see it. Let's see. We got X to A. That could be it. Let's see. And let's go let's go X to A. Let's go A to X. Nope, invalidated. I don't know the heck the cipher's out in this thing somebody's talking about. Either way go, we in the sell off the bat pattern. So, everybody don't see the same thing. Let me go back down to this right here. Nope, I don't see it right here either. That ain't a sexy one. Let me see if there's another cipher. See if I can find one more for you guys real quick. So I know there's more ciphers on here because I drew them earlier. This is my old gold chart, which is a mess. I have like 5 of these things. So let me just skim through real quick and see if I even see the movement. So, in the future, when I drop you guys charts in the chat and it's like, hey, what do you guys see? You guys can now recognize this good old cipher pattern that is on there. Let me, what is this? UJ. It's already done. It's already done. Done it all. You know what's crazy thing is, I find the ciphers, but the ciphers aren't my go-to pattern at all. Like I might see them, I might not. And if I don't see them, I'd be like, all right, I mean, I guess it's there. But I'm not really searching for them. For instance, this could be possibly one here. What do we see? We see the stair-step movement, meaning that bam, then price went up, price pushed back down, price is back up again. Little stair-step action. You see it? Bam, bam, bam. So let's see what we got here. Let me measure this bad boy out. Let's see what we got. I got so much stuff on this pattern also. What is all this up here? Old patterns. They don't matter. They hit how you're supposed to hit. So this Gartley hit how it's supposed to hit. Let me now measure for you guys. Impulse X to A. Let's see what we got. It's right at 618. You guys see it? Didn't touch it though. We got X to hypothetical A. So this will be my X. My hypothetical A. I always say hypothetical because we don't know what's going to happen until we flip this whole bad boy out. Oops, that should be a B, not a C. I forgot the alphabet for a second. And the hypothetical C. So how you figure out if the C is legit? We're going to fib from A back down to X. And, oh, did it come up short? Look how close that is. Oh, that joint came up short, though. You see that? That little bit of 8 pips made a difference in this. That 8 pips means that this is not a legit cipher right here. Now, everything else on this could be right, but it did not touch, so this cipher ain't legit. It's just that easy. Just like any other pattern you do, if it don't follow your rules, don't follow the pattern. Don't try to make your rules fit something that didn't fit. Let's get rid of all that because they don't play nice. They don't play nice at all. But this big pattern over here is still legit. I know I have to go it out. You guys see this big old pattern over here? This pattern is still legit. You see it? See it right there? Still legit. So when the price decides, stop taking this time and get up there, be in there. Be all the way in there. Now, it is about 8:50. Do you have any questions about the cipher pattern? Yes, no, maybe. No Trey songs. You see what I say? Why I take the cipher on gold for? Look at that. Look at that entry. That joint went off. Literally went off. So that Gartley. There's actually another Gartley forming up on gold too. So since we all here and we talking about it, we're gonna talk about it. There's actually a Gartley forming up right here too. You guys see it? It came very close to 786, but completion of this Gartley is bam, bam. Remember the Gartley can touch 786 too though. So bam, right there. A little Gartley pattern right there. A little razzle dazzle, nothing special. So I'm gonna take it. Y'all don't have no questions about this good old cipher pattern. That's just my guesstimation because ain't nobody said nothing. Ain't nobody raised their hand or unmuted themselves. Because ain't about so much on here. I mean, you guys can definitely unmute yourself. I'm guessing. Oh, but say something. I'm gonna go ahead. Nah, just please drop this recording. Nah, I ain't dropping this recording. I ain't dropping this at all. I ain't dropping this recording for nobody. No, I'm tripping. I'm gonna have it on YouTube too. I'm gonna have it on YouTube, man. I haven't uploaded from Sunday yet, which I'm definitely going to. But this is gonna be on YouTube also. They probably both be there in the morning. I got y'all though. And again, I know it's kind of speed talking today, but I'm trying to get through all these ciphers as many as possible because the cipher is powerful. But the part you guys missed, I like to go from the C to D on the cipher. I only buy the cipher at the D point if it is on gold. If it ain't on gold, I'm really rocking with that D point entry because sometimes the cipher gets snapped in the mouth. And I have a perfect example of that on one of these pairs, but I'll show you guys real quick if I can find it. Let me zoom through real quick. Can't remember which pair it was on. But what I do know is that we had a cipher on there and a head and shoulders. The head and shoulders went ham, and that cipher got put in the Charleston choke. That joint did nothing. Nothing at all. Let me see, where's it at? Here it is. Look at that. So what I was saying about buying from C to D, see my little red box down there? Little red box. You got a red box right there and you got a head and shoulders. Let me actually fix this. Let me make this stand out real quick. So basic cipher. So we was in this pattern from the time it rejected this trend line. Now, this right here has some good confluence on it. You have a nice little hot little daily trend line coming down. Price touched it, and I told you guys in a long class ago, when you have an area, we have a daily trend line coming down and a 4-hour level of resistance right there. That is double confirmation that price is probably going to tap this joint and go. Because at this point, it has 2 things to break through, and it probably ain't breaking through both of those. And more confirmation, we got a good old break and a retest and a rejection coming up. So no, more confirmation to get in that trade for that buy. Now, I did not know that this buy was going to be the best buy because that joint went off. Look at that. Blew straight past that Cypher pattern. But, being in the C to D, that's still 85 pips up. Now, the biggest thing on this is actually part of a bigger Cypher. You see that? This is from the original trade on the 5-figure challenge. This was the first trade I dropped in here, which was the sell from where did we sell this from? We sold this from somewhere in here, from this AUD USD down. I want to say it was like right here somewhere. We sold this from here down to entry, 90 pips, and then it proceeded to hit entry down here and then go off for 270 pips. Now, I take profit dang sure with not 270 pips. I take profit on this was like 100. Let me see. 75. So it would have been 90 down, 75 pips up. Pretty dang good. That's a nice cipher right there too. Now I said I know I usually don't take the D point on these, but this one was just sexy to pass up. It was just so nice. Just so nice and it played so well. But you see that? But this one right here, it got disrespected by this head and shoulders, which if you guys look even more closely at this mess of a chart, you guys will see that. Let me I'm just gonna erase you. I don't need you anymore. Bye-bye. You guys will see that I didn't erase you. You guys will see that there's actually a big head and shoulders on this. That's an inverse head and shoulders right there. There's actually a big head and shoulders right there. Look at that. Left shoulder, head, bring that bad boy down, right shoulder, and look what happened. Price dumped off, way off, all the way back where it came from. But if you guys don't have any more questions, I'm gonna name this class when I upload. I'm gonna call it the let's call it the Cypher. I'm gonna call this class the Cypher when I upload it. Now I'll probably upload it tomorrow morning because I ain't doing tonight at all. But what I will do is, hold up, let me stop this share real quick. What I will do is I will holler at y'all on Sunday. Yeah, Sunday, 8 o'clock. I'm gonna figure out some pairs, see what's going on. Now I'll holler at y'all on Sunday. And I will see y'all on the next one.